Tangana, this is Hugo Sabinovich from Orlando, Florida. Welcome to this special edition of the Elimination Chamber Report with the Dangerous Blonde, my wife Diana, and we'll be taking a few questions. We have a very short segment on the night of the WWE Elimination Chambers, where we know that Roman Reigns will face Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship at Wrestlemania 34. We also know that Alexa Bliss was able to win the female Elimination Chamber. We just got through doing the Spanish version of the Elimination Chamber. We had over 4,000 comments, and my wife and I had never seen so many people upset as we had. Over 4,000 comments, and the sad faces all over the place. They did not buy the win of Roman Reigns. So we want to welcome all our fans from all over the world, from Sportskeeda Wrestling, United States, England, and India, Sportskeeda Wrestling, the World Wrestling Network, Pakistan, Asia, and Egypt, the Pro Wrestling World, United States and Philippines, Wrestling Rumors, Canada and Australia, WWE, Australian fans, Australia and Nepal, WWE Champions Brazil, the Wrestling Insiders, Malaysia, United Kingdom, the Spotlight, United States, India, and Canada, the Gift of Jericho, United Kingdom, United States and Pakistan. Thank you, DX and Undertaker, Indonesia and France. Real Wrestling fans, Egypt, India, and United States. We love pro wrestling, Canada, United Kingdom, and United States. Más Lucha, México, WWE Latinoamérica, Ecuador, WWE Humor, Guatemala, queremos WWE Chile, Planeta Wrestling, España, WWE World Fans, Perú, solo para fanáticos de la WWE Bolivia, Suplex Chile, WWE Universo Latino, Ecuador, WWE Nación Mundial, Honduras, and Dominican Republic. WWE es mi pasión, El Salvador. WWE Fanatic World, Colombia, Perú y Chile. Caín, WWE Colombia. Hablemos de lucha, Estados Unidos, México y Ecuador. Lucha Libre MXPR, Puerto Rico, México y Perú. WWE Fanáticos Mundial, Nicaragua. WWE para el mundo, Panamá, Uruguay, Venezuela. Zona Ruda, Tijuana y California. Team Rest, Perú, Colombia y Chile. El Blog de la Lucha, Norte de México, Texas y Arizona. El Polo, WWE, Ecuador, Guatemala y El Salvador. El Tío Heisenberg, HD, Paraguay. Pasión WWE, Uruguay y Paraguay. And also Lucha Libre Online. Over 35 alliances of the top wrestling pages on Facebook. Let's get straight to some comments, if we have some.
Well, we have a lot of angry faces here.
Oh,
Kenji.
Boy. Are the angry faces chasing me tonight?
Yeah, over here, Kenji Takeshita says Nakamura and Styles should be the main event. James Espanto Fernando says the Lucha Conquest was great.
That was the event that I produced last night in Kissimmee, Florida, where Alberto El Patron, Alberto Del Rio, became our first world champion of NGCW. And we had the honor of having the championship of Qatar, the World Championship of Qatar, defended by Alberto Patron. And Sabio Vega betrayed Carlito Caribbean Cool and joined Alberto, and now he has control of a New Generation Championship Wrestling. We saw fabulous matches last night in Lucha Conquest 2. The saga continues, and just tremendous battles last night. And let's go back into the Elimination Chamber.
Nira Kajak says, I love you, Roman.
Okay. Well,
Imran Khan says, Roman versus Brock.
Yes, Roman Reigns defeated Braun Strowman, winning the Elimination Chamber match and becoming officially the challenger for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania 34 against the Brock Lesnar. And as a special, we have information where Strowman, even though he did not win, he eliminated 5 adversaries in the Elimination Chamber. So he looked good for the Strowman image, yet he will not go to the big dance at WrestleMania 34. The honor will be for the face of the WWE, Roman Reigns. And I repeat, I have never seen in the shows that we do on Facebook, English or Spanish, so many angry faces.
Well, let me tell you, this is on this side of the world, because on the other side of the world, Nakshi Baggy says, love you, Roman. And I'm sorry about the pronunciation, Sukaran Nadu says Roman Reigns.
Wow.
And Sakharan Sandu says, yeah. But Javier Marquez says, if Roman wins WrestleMania 34, we riot.
Wow.
So there's a difference of opinion. It depends on the side of the world you're in.
Alexa Bliss did history, the first female Elimination Chamber battle confrontation. She eliminated the boss, Sasha Banks, winning the first ever female Elimination Chamber match, retaining the Women's Championship of Raw. And it was a good battle. The Bar retained the Tag Team Championships of Raw, defeating Apollo and Titus O'Neil. Asuka maintained her undefeated streak, beating Nia Jax. Walking, Matt Hardy defeated Bray Wyatt in the Spanish version of the show. We were sad because we heard that the fans were not into the match. Some were playing with
a beach ball.
A beach ball. So to me, as I understand and respect the talent of Walking Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt, I am very upset about that. More comments, Diana?
Chad Hutchinson says, I think Braun Strowman should have won that. Sorao Sharma says, love reigns, love from India. As I say, it all depends on what side of the world you are.
But I love to hear that because we get to understand, more of this Roman Reigns factor. Like, we got over 4,000 comments, the majority of them negative in the Spanish side of the world. And now we enter the rest of the big planet, and we have some positive comments for Roman Reigns.
Well, says Evangelista Moisés Alicia says, rating 8, Roman Reigns is the man, Roman Reigns is the guy. That is Roman Reigns, yard, like it or not. Well, I don't like it. I definitely don't like it.
Yeah, my wife is totally against the push of Roman Reigns. I have stated this, and I will state it again. I believe a lot of people will be surprised. This is like, it's going to be like a decade of 10 years of the domination of Roman Reigns as the face of WWE. And I will say it again. I believe a lot of people are going to be positively surprised of the great job that Roman Reigns is going to do for WWE. That's the way I see it.
Well,
I had 20 years as a wrestler of experience, over 46 years in the wrestling game, 70 years with WWE, 15 creating big events in Puerto Rico, and lately just big events. I'm producing a show May 6th in Santiago, Chile. I have Austin Aries. I have Loki in Santiago de Chile, May 6th. In Mexico, I will be one of the big pay-per-view events. March 4th, I will be doing play-by-play in Spanish from Mexico City this Saturday from Puebla, Mexico. Triple A's Rey de Reyes, big pay-per-view event.
Sunday.
On Sunday. So
March the 4th.
March the 4th. I apologize for the confusion. So I travel. I did a great event last night where Alberto Patron was the main event. Carlito Caribbean Cool. We had Snitsky. We had Mike Knox, Eli Drake. We had Chris Masters. You name it. We have the big stars from all over the world. And I live this. This has been my trade since I became a professional wrestler when I was 14. And I will still state that Roman Reigns will do a fantastic job as a face of WWE.
Rishi and Kid says, why should Roman versus Brock be the main event in WrestleMania? Brock is not a legitimate WWE member, coming once a month and all. Universal title loss is important, and having a main event, that too with Roman, is just no sense. AJ Styles versus Nakamura should be the main event in WrestleMania. It's the match of the millennium.
And they will have, a saying on that, because it would, regardless of if it's mentioned Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, the fans rule. The fans will be in thousands of them at the Superdome, the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, and you guys are the stars. You are the fans. So I could put a main event match in the card. That doesn't mean that 70, 80,000 fans are going to be pushing for that match more than for the AJ Nakamura. The fans will decide, not the promoters. It's just who brings it. and I want to see those matches. The Lesnar Roman Reigns match, it will be pushed to another level, and I believe that that's where you should start counting the reign of Roman Reigns as the face of WWE, and we have to see what WWE does with Nakamura and AJ Styles. Today we reported AJ Styles passed in merchandise sales John Cena. So I believe from here to WrestleMania, to me, there's going to be more of a move to escalate which match has more attention, and let's see what happens on WrestleMania 34.
Arun Nambiar says, why not Seth Rollins? Why is not he pushed to be the face?
I've explained it. I will say it again. This has to do not just with merchandise. It is a very complex decision, and it has to do with the marketing. It has to do also, and you're not going to believe this, but it also has to do with being injury prone, and all of this. Plus, if you add to that the wrestling tradition of the Samoans, just look out, look around the whole history of WWE and what Roman Reigns could bring to the table. We're not saying that Roman Reigns or Finn Balor don't have the wrestling ability, but to be the face of WWE is like the Hulkamania when he was ruling, when you had the Rock, when you had Stone Cold Steve Austin, and when you have John Cena. They take the company from they start being the star to approximately like 10 years. In John Cena's case, a little bit more. It is huge. It is millions and millions of dollars, and it is not just being a Seth Rollins or a Nakamura. It's more. It's more than that. And this is the man. This is a man that was blessed and chosen, the chosen one. And here we go, Roman Reigns.
Jonah Amper says, what do you think about Ronda? Do you think that she can wrestle Stephanie in WrestleMania?
Yeah, when I was doing the Spanish version of this Elimination Chamber, I discussed with the Spanish fans what I'm about to tell you guys. The only thing that upsets me about Ronda Rousey doing this signing and then attacking Triple H and Stephanie smacking her is that all the big publicity from ESPN, TMC, all over the world is that the guys that are going to get the publicity besides Ronda are going to be people that are executive people in the company. And my question was, why couldn't Stephanie and Triple H bring somebody else that needed that exposure into the storyline, and then that person being slammed to the table or whatever, but they did not do that. Triple H and Stephanie, they went with them going, so obviously they believe that that's a storyline to follow Ronda against her or a mixed tag. I just feel like it was a big waste of enormous millions of dollars of publicity when Triple H and Stephanie could have brought somebody else into the mix and give that person, female or male, the opportunity to be seen all over the world in showbiz shows, in newspapers, magazines, TMC, the ESPNs of the world. That was, it was priceless, and they missed out. Another proof of how creative is so predictable in WWE now. This is not what I saw. I worked for them for 17 years, and my first year there, I was part of their creative team. Vince has been involved with so many businesses, and now with the XFL, that he doesn't have the time. The day has 24 hours. I just don't think he has enough time, and the creative part of the WWE, it's horrible right now.
Josh Early says, toe the WWE line if you want. Truth is, Strowman is the hottest thing in WWE, not named AJ Styles. If Strowman were to go, they'd blow the roof off New Orleans. With Reigns, you're going to get a smattering of cheers, a lot of boos, and a lot of disappointed sighs.
Let's see what happens there. And we were talking about Ronda Rousey.
Bueno, Guadalupe Pepe Martinez, I can't wait to see Rousey beat up Stephanie.
Yes, Ronda Rousey signed the contract, and as we discussed a few minutes ago, then that situation happened with the table and the body of Triple H and the wife Stephanie coming on board and smacking around and then leaving the premises. So to me, it was an opportunity of bringing some other talent and giving them publicity worldwide, and they missed that opportunity. The Bar retained the Tag Team Championship of Raw, defeating Apollo and Titus O'Neil, Asuka, and that was, unfortunately, being undefeated was so predictable that Nia was not going to be able to beat her on that show, that just took so much out of the match. Because if the fans were not in a position to think that, you know, somehow Asuka had to win because she's undefeated, and I'm going to waste all this time and money to give in Elimination Chamber the victory to Nia Jax. So that took some of the mystery out of the match. The walking Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt, a lot of people disappointed, and like I said before, fans were playing with a beach ball, and I feel so bad about that. The historic first female Elimination Chamber match, it was very good, and Alexa Bliss retained her title, eliminated Sasha Banks. Another one for the women doing history. I personally feel that Elimination Chamber is too dangerous for the women of WWE or any other company. I think that brand of Elimination Chamber is too dangerous, and if thank God nothing bad happened today, but I just don't feel like it's safe for women to be in there, and especially with the demanding part of the business. People want to see somebody pushed to the limits on that, and for women, I think it's very, very dangerous. I don't want to sound, like I'm putting women down. I was all for it with the Royal Rumble. I just feel the structure of the Elimination Chamber, it's just too dangerous of a format for the ladies, the women of WWE. Let's go with a couple of more comments.
Safar Abba says, let's go Roman, only Roman Empire.
Wow, the Roman Empire, there we go.
Yeah, that's on. So Hale Style says, I'm not happy. Win with Roman. So here's one that was not very happy. Jonathan Alberto Bautista says, Alexa, beautiful and big in the ring. He says hello from Bogota, Colombia.
Colombia in the house. A couple of more comments, Diana, and then we'll be signing off.
William T says that Roman will win.
Wow. We go from the Spanish version of the report of the Elimination Chamber, where we had over 4,000 comments, really upset with Roman Reigns winning, and we go to the English version, and a whole different contrast.
Victor M. Perez says, this is what I think about Roman, and there's some emojis throwing up.
Oh my goodness. The majority of what we have heard from in the English version of the report, it's been favorable to Roman Reigns. So WWE Creative is going to have the Spanish version and the English version, and I believe that they will have to study what they did tonight in the Elimination Chamber show and see what WWE Creative can do to improve this going. So we are so close now to WWE Wrestlemania. One more comment, Diana?
Arthur Sweetlick says, we all knew Reigns was winning, so before the pay-per-view started, I said, worst thing that they can do is to have Strowman be the last man to get pinned by Roman.
But that's, okay, I agree with that, but the other thing is, he eliminated 5 guys. So there's 2 ways to look at it. Will you eliminate the strong man and make it go out second? Would it make him weaker? Or this time he was able to be 5 and somehow Roman Reigns was able to defeat. So it's
Eric Shane Hollyfield says WWE is predictable.
Yes, and creative will have to study that. So we want to thank all our fans from all over the world in this great Facebook pages. Thank you for your passion, and we really Love to have the opportunity of talking about this sports entertainment world of wrestling. And if you live in the South America and Chile area, May 6th, my company in Chile, South America Wrestling Superstar, presents Suplex brand with Austin Aries, with Loki, and other great stars. And I will be doing the big pay-per-view of AAA in Mexico this coming Sunday from Puebla, Mexico. Rey de Reyes, the big pay-per-view. I will be doing a play-by-play from Mexico City. We will keep you updated. Thank you for being with us. And stay tuned to your page. And from the Dangerous Blonde Diana, this is Hugo Sabinovich, Atangana.